City of Stevens Point Personnel Committee meeting, recorded April 11, 2022.
The Personnel Committee is called to order at 8:35. Ms. Trashford, would you like to call the roll? I see you looking at me.
Sure. Short,
Here.
Zarazua,
Here.
Christensen,
Here.
Dalton, here, Lee.
Here.
We have a quorum present. There has been a revision to the agenda.
Yeah, so yes, the item number 4 in closed session, therefore item number 5 is also no longer needed. It's been rescinded, but before we commence with the meeting, I want to introduce everybody to our interim HR manager, Sandy Frasch. She was the administrative assistant to the mayor and the designated backup for human resources in the interim till we get the position refilled. Sandy has been taking over all of those duties.
Which will be pertinent to
Yes.
item number 3. But yes, the agenda has been shortened. It now has 2 more items. Item number 2 is a request to start the person hired into the position of Assistant Chief of Police at Step 4, coming to us for approval per Administrative Policy 2.06. Since Chief Cossack, please explain to us if you would. Thanks. This has been approved by the Police and Fire Commission.
Correct. It was approved on April 6th. Proud to announce that on April 6th as well, the next Assistant Police Chief for the Stevens Point Police Department has been selected as Detective Lieutenant Dana Williams. Based on Policy 2.06, I went to the Police and Fire Commission to ask if we can start her off at Step 4, which is what I started off at in that position as well. And if you look at her salary and her current overtime average, it's definitely appropriate and in alignment with Policy 2.06.
Thank you. Key point being that when someone is moved into a new position, there should be a reasonable increase and not, same pay for the new responsibilities.
And very specifically, 2.06 requires that any position above Step 3 be considered through the Personnel Committee. Normally, the Police and Fire Commission would handle this, you wouldn't even see it, but because it's above Step 3, our citywide policy states that it has to come through the Personnel Committee.
So that spells out
Correct.
why this approval is needed. Do we have a motion?
I'll move approval.
Moved by Alder Dalton, seconded by Alder Zarazua. Thank you. Any questions? Any questions or comments from anyone else? We have a motion on the floor. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Item number 3 is a request for temporary assignment pay for interim HR manager, as mentioned just a little bit ago. Do we have a motion here?
So moved.
Second. A motion from Alder Christensen, seconded by Alder Leek. Questions or further explanations? This, as we've had in the past, has to do with if someone temporarily is filling duties, you want to compensate them for those duties, rather than having them do that work uncompensated or unadjusted.
Right. So normally you wouldn't even see this. Policy states that if you are taking over the duties of your supervisor temporarily, expected to be 6 weeks or longer, that you would automatically be granted this. However, we have a unique situation in that the human resources manager was a department of 1. Sandy, the administrative assistant to the mayor, is the backup. However, it's not a direct supervisor. Because it's not a direct supervisor, we're seeking approval. And since those duties started on April 1st, I would like approval for that temporary pay increase to be retroactive to April 1st, the day the duties began.
Take effect when the work was being done.
Yep.
Please go ahead.
And I would include that as part of my original motion.
Thank you.
I'll accept that. That's the second.
From the mover and the seconder. Thank you. Other questions, comments from the committee? From anyone else? We have a motion on the table. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? The motion carries. Thank you. Our agenda is exhausted, and we're adjourned at 8:40. Thank you.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.